Story 1. The Wizard of Oz.
Dorothy lived on the prairie with her aunt and uncle. They lived far from other people. Dorothy's uncle was a farmer. She also had a small black dog. His name was Toto. He and Dorothy played together every day. One day, Dorothy saw a big tornado coming. The winds were very strong. She grabbed Toto and ran into the house. She slammed the door. Then, a strange thing happened. The house began to spin. It went up into the air. The house flew for a long time. Dorothy got tired and went to sleep. Suddenly, the house landed, and Dorothy woke up. She ran to the door and opened it. "This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen," she said. Dorothy saw some small people near her house. They were wearing strange clothes. They were all afraid of Dorothy. Finally, an old woman stepped forward. "Welcome to the land of the Munchkins," she said. "Thank you," replied Dorothy. "But who are the Munchkins?" asked Dorothy. "They are," said the woman. "They're the people who live in this land." "Are you a Munchkin?" asked Dorothy. "No, but I'm their friend. I'm the Witch of the North," said the woman. "My name is Dorothy," said Dorothy. "Where are you from, Dorothy?" said the witch. "I'm from the prairie," replied Dorothy. "What's the prairie?" "It's where I live," said Dorothy. "I've never heard of it," replied the witch. "Can you help me get home?" asked Dorothy. "I need someone who can help me." "No, I can't help you, but the great Wizard of Oz can," replied the witch. "Where does he live?" "He lives in the Emerald City," said the witch. "How do I get to the Emerald City?" asked Dorothy. "You must walk. However, it's a long and dangerous journey," said the witch. "Is there another way to get there?" "No," said the witch. "It's the only way that I know." "Do you see that yellow brick road? That's the road which you must take. When you meet the wizard, don't be afraid of him. Tell him your story and ask him to help you. Listen carefully to him. What he says is very important," said the witch. "Thank you," said Dorothy. "You're welcome. Good luck," said the witch. The witch turned around 3 times and then disappeared. After that, the Munchkins disappeared into the forest. Dorothy and Toto began walking down the yellow road.
I won.
I'm going to buy a new car next month.
Really? I know a guy who sells German cars.
They must be expensive. Look, do you know him?
I can't remember his name, but he is the famous swimmer who won 3 gold medals.
"Can you help me get home?" asked Dorothy. "I need someone who can help me." "No, I can't help you," replied the witch.
Which man is your boss?
The man who spoke first is my boss.
His speech was really good.
"I was just in Thailand for a week."
That's great. How was it?
"It was fantastic. The people who I met there were really nice."
Guy. Own. Farmer. land, which, anyone, boss, speech, lady, fantastic, Greece, whom, I, 11.
Penguins are birds which have short wings but can't fly. However, they can swim very fast.
I have got the books which you wanted.
Where did you get them?
They were all at the library. Did you read the postcard that came yesterday?
No, I didn't. Who's it from?
It's from Grandpa.
The small people that Dorothy saw were wearing strange clothes. They were all afraid of Dorothy. Finally, an old woman stepped forward. "Is there another way to get there?" asked Dorothy. "No," said the witch. "It is the only way that I know."
Penguin. However. Produce. Textbook. Take the road. Listen to. CD. Postcard. Jail. Finally. Forward. Word.
Listen, listened, listened.
I, 21.
She ran to the door and opened it. "This is the most beautiful place I have ever seen," she said.
I have a brother whose name is Bob. He's 33 years old and he's a diplomat. That is the boy whose bike was stolen.
Where did he leave his bike?
He left it in front of the library.
How was his lecture?
He spoke very fast, so I couldn't understand what he said.
Tell the great wizard your story and ask him to help you. Listen carefully to him. What he says is very important," said the witch.
Diplomat. World famous. Lecture. Mean. Wizard.
Spend, spent, spent. Choose, chose, chosen.
I, 31.
I will never forget the day when I first met you. It was a cold and rainy day. Do you remember?
Do you remember the time when we saw a bear in the forest?
Yeah, that was really scary.
That is the house where I was born. I lived there until 1995.
It's a nice house.
"I'm from the prairie," said Dorothy. "What's the prairie?" asked the witch. "It is where I live," said Dorothy.
He's smart and honest. He also has a good sense of humor. That is why I like him so much.
Rainy. Then. Graduate from. Until. Prairie. Honest. Sense. Humor.
Graduate, graduated, graduated.
Story 2. The Town Mouse and the Country Mouse.
The country mouse and the town mouse were good friends. One day, the country mouse called the town mouse.
If you have time, come and visit me in the country.
That sounds great. I'll come tomorrow, replied the town mouse. The next day, the town mouse arrived at the country mouse's home. The country mouse lived under a tree.
Welcome to my home,
said the country mouse.
It's very plain. My house is much bigger and nicer,
said the town mouse.
If I were rich, I could live in the town too. Anyway, let's eat. Do you like seeds and corn?
asked the Country Mouse.
Not really. I don't eat this food anymore. In the town, I eat like a king every day. I wish I could eat delicious food every day,
said the Country Mouse.
If you want, you can live with me,
said the Town Mouse.
Really? Can I go with you when you return to the town?
asked the Country Mouse.
Sure.
The next morning, the Town Mouse and the Country Mouse left. That night, they arrived at the Town Mouse's home.
This is my house,
said the Town Mouse.
Wow, do you really live here? It's amazing,
said the Country Mouse.
So, what are we going to have for dinner? I'm starving,
said the Country Mouse.
I'll show you. Let's go to the dining room. Here we are. Wow, I can't believe it. I've never seen so much food before.
There were many kinds of food on the table. There were cakes, breads, salads, fruits, vegetables, and pasta.
Do you want another cookie? asked the Town Mouse. No, thanks. I'm stuffed,
replied the Country Mouse.
Me too,
said the Town Mouse. Suddenly, the door creaked. The mice froze.
Run! It's the cat,
whispered the Town Mouse.
Let's hide in that hole. Come on, hurry.
Phew, we were lucky. If we hadn't run so fast, that cat would have seen us, said the Town Mouse.
You look like you're sick,
said the Town Mouse.
I am sick. That cat almost saw us. You didn't tell me about the cat,
cried the Country Mouse.
It's just a cat. If you had asked me, I would have told you,
replied the Town Mouse.
If I were you, I'd find a new home. I'm going back to the country right now. I prefer my quiet and peaceful life. Town life is too dangerous for me. See you later,
said the Country Mouse.
I-51.
If you have time, come and visit me in the country.
That sounds great. I'll come tomorrow.
Did you see Tom?
No, I didn't. But if I see him, I will give him your address.
It's Mary's birthday today. There is going to be a party at 7.
You can go if you want.
I'm leaving now. When you go out, don't forget to close the window.
Okay, Mom.
I'm going to wait for him in the library. Please tell him when he comes.
Okay.
If. Country. Take off. Call. Number. Phone number. Address. Answer the phone. Lock. I-61.
I'm sorry, but I don't have time today. I would go if I had time.
If I were you, I would find a new home. I'm going back to the country right now. I prefer my quiet and peaceful life.
I would help you if I could, but I have to go back to the office for a meeting.
My house is much bigger and nicer, said the Town Mouse. If I were rich, I could live in the town too, said the Country Mouse.
I'm so tired. I can't go on climbing. If I could fly, I would go straight to the mountaintop.
would, prefer, peaceful, life, the president, go around, go on climbing, straight, I-71.
I found your watch under the sofa. Really? Why didn't you tell me? If you had asked me, I would have told you.
I was sorry to hear about your father's accident. If I had been there, I would have helped him.
Thanks. He's doing better now.
Where's Mr. Brown?
He just left. If you had come earlier, you could have met him.
Who ate my cake?
Was it yours? I'm sorry. If I had known that, I wouldn't have eaten it.
We were lucky. If we hadn't run so fast, that cat would have seen us, said the town mouse.
Catch the bus. Miss the bus.
Catch, caught, caught. Warn, warned, warned. Save, saved, saved. Drown, drowned, drowned.
I-81.
I wish I could eat delicious food every day, said the country mouse. If you want, you can live with me, said the town mouse.
She saw a lovely garden outside. If only I could go into the garden. But the door was too small to enter.
I don't like my coach. He gives us orders as if he were a king.
Thank you so much. I couldn't have passed the exam without your help.
You're welcome.
Had I known, I would have told you. However, I honestly knew nothing about it. Lovely. Enter. Coach. Without. Living thing. Honestly. Nothing.
Understand, understood, understood. Survive, survived, survived.
Story 3. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer.
Tom and his friends, Huck and Joe, wanted to run away from home. One morning, they took a boat to an island. "We're now free and terrible pirates," Tom thought. They swam and played all day. Here, nobody told them what to do. They were very hungry when they returned to the camp. Soon, they began to feel lonely. Though they all wanted to go home, nobody was brave enough to say it. Suddenly, they heard a loud boom in the distance. "What was that?" cried Joe. The 3 boys hurried to the shore. They saw a small ship on the river. There were many people on it. The 3 boys heard the boom again. It was a cannon. "Maybe somebody's drowned," said Tom. "Yes, they don't shoot that cannon unless somebody's drowned," added Huck. "But who's drowned?" The boys listened and watched. Suddenly, Tom cried, "I know! It's us!" The boys were heroes. Everyone missed them. The excited pirates went back to the camp. They caught fish for supper. As they sat in front of the fire, they thought about their families. Tom thought about Aunt Polly. Tom had lived with Aunt Polly since his mom died. That night, while the other two were sleeping, Tom left the camp and swam across the river. When he finally got to his house, he peeked in through the window. Aunt Polly was talking to Joe's mother. Tom sneaked inside and hid under the bed. Aunt Polly said, "He wasn't bad, really, just naughty sometimes. Tom was the best-hearted boy." She began to cry. "Joe did lots of bad things too, but he was a kind boy," said Joe's mother, and she began to cry too. Aunt Polly cried until she fell asleep. Tom sneaked out of the house and went back to the camp. He had a secret plan. He told Huck and Joe about it. Though the boys wanted to go home, they liked Tom's plan and decided to stay. On Sunday morning, the people from the village gathered in the church. Everyone was wearing black clothes. The funeral began, and the minister prayed for the boys. Everyone was crying. Then the minister heard the church door creak. He looked up and saw Tom, Joe, and Huck, the three dead boys. Everyone was surprised. Tom felt so proud because his plan had worked. Even though Aunt Polly was angry with Tom, she was also very glad to see him.
I-101. She was born in London in 1972. When she was 3, she came to America. She's lived in San Francisco ever since.
Tom and his friends were very hungry when they returned to the camp. Soon, they began to feel lonely.
Are you chewing gum? Before you go to bed, brush your teeth again.
It's okay, Mom. This gum is sugar-free. Let's watch the fireworks tonight from the balcony.
Sure, I will come home before it gets dark.
After you do your homework, you can watch TV.
I will do my homework after I watch TV.
San Francisco. Ever since. Telephone. Balcony. Camp. Chew. Gum. Sugar-free. Fireworks. Supper.
Ring, rang, rung. Knock, knocked, knocked.
I-111.
As they sat in front of the fire, they thought about their families. Tom thought about Aunt Polly. Tom had lived with Aunt Polly since his mom died.
It was already 8 o'clock. I couldn't wait any longer, but she came in as I started to leave.
While the other two were sleeping, Tom left the camp and swam across the river. When he finally got to his house, he peeked in through the window.
I go for a walk in the park every morning. While walking, I listen to my CD player. Breakfast tastes better after walking.
He's out, but he'll be back in 10 minutes. You can wait here until he comes back.
In front of. Any longer. While. Across the river. television. Go for a walk. Be back. In 10 minutes.
Shut, shut, shut. Peek, peeked, peeked.
I-121.
I am hungry because I didn't eat breakfast.
Would you like some cake?
Yes, please.
Since it was raining, I didn't go out. I read some books and watched some videos.
As it was a nice day, we went hiking. We took our lunches and ate by the river.
Tom told Huck and Joe about his secret plan. Though they wanted to go home, they liked his plan and decided to stay.
He's a famous pianist. He can play the piano really well, even though he can't read music.
Wow, that's amazing!
Would you like? Nice day. Traffic. Secret. Plan. Though. Even though. Read music. I-131. You should eat fruits and vegetables even if you don't like them.
Why?
Because they're good for you.
What are you going to do this weekend?
We will go swimming unless it rains.
Maybe somebody has drowned, said Tom. Yes, they don't shoot that cannon unless somebody has drowned, said Huck. But who's drowned? Do you know where my keys are?
I'm not sure. They are either in your pocket or on the table.
Where's Katie?
I don't know. She was neither in her room nor in the yard. Shout. Unless. Maybe. Somebody. Cannon. Cabinet. Neither A nor B. Story 4. Tour of London.
I can't wait to see London. Do you know if it will rain today?
It doesn't matter. We'll be in the bus.
I don't know where we can catch the bus.
Don't worry. I know where to catch it.
Oh no! I think I forgot to bring film.
There's a store across the street. You can buy some there.
Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hurry up so that you don't miss the bus.
All right. On the bus.
What's that building over there?
That's the Houses of Parliament. That's where laws are made. It was built in the 11th century. The British Parliament has two parts, the House of Lords and the House of Commons.
What's that building next to Parliament?
That's Big Ben. Big Ben is a huge clock tower. Actually, Big Ben is the bell inside the tower. When the bell was made, it was the biggest in England. The bell rings every hour. The clock tower was built almost 150 years ago. It took 13 years to build. It is 96 meters tall. There is a special light on top of the tower. When the light is on, Parliament is in session.
At the museum.
Where's Dad?
He's still on the bus. He said he was sleepy.
Go and wake him up. We're going to go into the museum soon.
Dad, it's time to wake up.
Oh, where are we?
We're at the British Museum.
Everyone, welcome to the British Museum. This museum opened in 1759. It has more than 6 million pieces of art, The museum isn't big enough to show all of them, so most of the pieces are stored under the museum. Lots of people come to the museum to see the mummies. Some mummies were once important people, and when they died, they were buried with many treasures. Many mummies were found in Egypt. Some of them were kings or queens. These statues are from ancient Greece. They're very popular. This is the end of today's tour. Please feel free to look around on your own. The museum closes at 5:30 today. Thank you.
At the hotel.
Did you like the museum?
Yeah, I really learned a lot today. But we walked so much that my feet hurt.
Where are we going tomorrow?
Let's go to Buckingham Palace. That's where the Queen lives.
That sounds interesting.
I-151.
I was so tired that I went to bed at 7. However, I woke up around midnight and couldn't get back to sleep after that.
Did you like the museum?
Yeah, I really learned a lot today. But we walked so much that my feet hurt.
Do you know any easy English books for beginners?
This book is written in such simple English that even beginners can understand it.
I forgot to bring film. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Hurry up so that you don't miss the bus. I could understand almost everything he said. His speech in English was excellent.
He always speaks slowly so we can understand him.
Around midnight. Get back to sleep. Tower. Beginner. Such. Simple. Everybody. Bring. Excellent. Mexico. I-161. Is everything okay?
I'm just nervous.
I hope that you will pass the exam.
What's wrong with Max?
I don't know. I think he is sick.
Let's take him to the vet.
Do you know anyone who speaks French? How about Ken?
I don't know if he can speak French.
I can't wait to see London. Do you know if it will rain today?
It doesn't matter. We'll be in the bus.
I'll get some chocolate for him, but I don't know whether he likes it or not.
Nervous. Hope. Boring. Tour. Guide. Tour guide. Matter. Weather.
Explain. Explained. Explained.
I-171. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't.
That's Jenny Smith. She's my favorite actress.
I don't know where we can catch the bus.
Don't worry. I know where to catch it.
Can you see what the sign says?
It says that the library closes at 5 today.
Thank you.
Do you know why they sold their house?
They needed a bigger one. They're going to have another baby soon. Do you know who wrote this play?
I think it was Shakespeare.
It's really fun. I like it.
Actress. Statue. Sign. Another. Mad. Happen to A. I-181.
I heard that you were in Sydney last week. How was it?
It was great. I went to the beach every day.
Where's Dad?
He's still on the bus. He said that he was sleepy.
Go and wake him up. The tour guide explained to us about the British Museum. After the tour finished, he told us that we were free to look around on our own.
I asked Mom who was at the door. It's your friend, Mike. He's waiting for you outside, she said. Can you come to the party next Sunday? Sure. Is Jill coming? No. I asked her if she could come, but she's busy that day.
Be free to look around. On our own. Agree with.
Agree, agreed, agreed.